I'm going to play you a voicemail that we received hours after I got off the phone with Representative Boebert after she posted her video.
We see you, Muslim son of a bitch. We know what you're up to. You're all about taking over the country. Don't worry, there's plenty that will love the opportunity to take you off the face of the earth. Come get it, bitch, you Muslim piece of shit, you jihadist. We know what you are. You're a traitor. You will not live much longer, bitch. I can almost guarantee you that. We, the people, are rising up, and you will be tried for a military tribunal, and you will be found guilty.
Representative Omar is a remarkable woman and a great representative for her district and an asset to the United States of America. I've had the pleasure of interviewing her multiple times on my radio program. So let me show you the cause and effect relationship to why she got that message and other death threats that are coming to her now on a very consistent basis. All right, Lauren Boebert, another US congressperson, right? Has gone on this anti-Muslim rant against her and others. She has not played by the rules, okay? I'm gonna explain those rules in a minute. Let me remind everyone that Representative Omar said Tuesday that she has reported hundreds, let me say that again, hundreds of threats on my life, often triggered by Republican attacks on my faith, and added that she's seen an increase this week. Well, did the increase come from? It came from the statement of Representative Boebert. That's how it happened, okay? Cause and effect. These are the original comments made by the Representative Boebert that preceded these death threats. I look to my left and there she is, Ilhan Omar. And I said, well, she doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine. Boebert said to her audience, some of whom applauded. Boebert added, and I said, oh, look, the jihad squad decided to show up for work today. They're sick. A video was released this week of Boebert making similar comments in September. Let's go to the next video. Here it is.
One of my staffers on his first day with me got into an elevator in the Capitol. And in that elevator, we were joined by Ilhan Omar. Well, it was just us three in there, and I looked over and I said, well, look at there, it's the Jihad Squad. Yeah. I do have to say, she wasn't dropping and running, so we're good.
Here's what I want you to see. This is part of her stump speech. It's not a mistake she made in one speech. It's not something that she just thought maybe it was not offensive, so she just made this thing one time happen. No, she says it on a regular basis. We have multiple recordings of her saying the exact same thing and not caring about the repercussion afterwards, all right? So Omar says that encounter never happened. That whole elevator thing completely made up, all right? So there was a call between Representative Omar and Boebert. This call was supposed to help resolve some of this conflict, right? And an apology was supposed to be presented to Representative Omar. The conversation with Boebert sought after issuing a statement last Friday offered an opportunity to extend an olive branch in a house riven by tension. Instead, it ended abruptly after Representative Boebert rejected Representative Omar's request for a public apology. Boebert previously apologized to anyone in the Muslim community I offended, but not directly to Omar. Instead of apologizing, for her Islamophobic comments and fabricated lies, Representative Boebert refused to publicly acknowledge her hurtful and dangerous comments, Omar said. She instead doubled down on her rhetoric, and I decided to end the unproductive call. Let me say something that's very sobering. These people, and I mean it when I say these people, Boebert and her crew, they would rather see Representative Omar dead. Now, have you heard a mass movement from the Republican Party saying this is unacceptable? This is wrong. There needs to be a penalty here. Let me show you how deep this is. All of your HR laws that you have to follow, I have to follow, right? You know who created those laws? They did. The US Congress did. We have to follow those rules, those conduct clauses. So you mean to tell me that you can go to the office, make a video about killing one of your coworkers, you can talk about their faith, you can incite others to call them and threaten their life. You can go to the office and absolutely nothing will happen to you if you work for Congress. There's no other job in America that would accept that kind of lunacy, except in the US Congress. They give you rules that they choose not to follow. Senator, what are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, Doc, lunacy going in and lunacy coming out. They're hypocrites, period. And that's why we have this. You know, Representative Omar is everything that you described her to be. I know her personally. She loves this country. More importantly, she loves justice. And she has been victimized from the moment she was elected. You know, I remember she replaced now Attorney General Keith Ellison. You know, I was right there. So I know this woman, and I just hate so very much that she has to endure this, and also her family. She has children that have to endure this too. And you're right, Doc, I'm glad you laid it on the line. They would rather have her dead. There is something wrong with these people. Colorado, voters' remorse, baby. That's what this comes down to. You guys get to do a do-over. Vote for somebody else. Vote this woman out. And Representative Omar is better than I am, Doc. Because see, it wouldn't have been no call. Because we already know what this woman is about, as you laid out. Or she would have been cussed all the way out. And let her go ahead and play that. Yeah, roll this tape. Because you're about to get cussed all the way out, lady. Because that's all she deserves. She stokes this, and then her non-apology wasn't even an apology. Then you start to threaten Representative Omar and tell her what she needs to do when your behind was supposed to be calling her to apologize. These people just don't give a damn, Doc. That is what this comes down to, period. We can't sugarcoat it. Ain't no sugarcoating. And you know what? The Congress needs to hold her accountable. So if the Republicans are not, then the Democrats need to hold her accountable.
Yeah, somebody needs to do something, and they need to do something quickly. We're talking about a real threat. There has to be a response. We're not talking about physical violence or anything like that. We're talking about an appropriate political response inside of a political atmosphere.